We are back. Liverpool have beaten Spurs by 2-0 to win the Champions League. Jordan Henderson and Jurgen Klopp have delivered, ladies and gentlemen. It's fair to say that we're absolutely over the moon here. We've spent the last few minutes kind of wandering around aimlessly, crying, shouting, screaming, looking at phones, trying to figure out what on earth to do, trying to figure out what on earth just happened. Look, Dave, I'm going to come to you first, mate. We can talk about the performance. We will get into it in more detail. But first and foremost, it's about what goes down in the history books, mate. And what goes down tonight is that Liverpool have won.
Number 6. I mean, for me, this was a pivotal. I'm using my voice now. Season. 97 points. We finished second behind City. Most seasons you would have won it. 24 out of 26. You would have won the league. We did Champions League final. We beat Barcelona 4-0. We had the caveat at the Champions League final against Spurs. I mean, we had to win it.
You couldn't lose that.
We just... It was so important for the club, for the fans, for Klopp himself to break the ceiling. The trophy ceiling now has been broken. Now, this is where we kick on, I think, and go for the league next season.
Brian,
this is it now.
You said it to us 5 minutes ago over there, mate. What happens now? What opens?
Floodgates.
Yeah.
That's what we're thinking here. It was important to get this one, and this isn't just any trophy. This isn't an FA Cup, which not disparage or not playing down. This isn't a fucking League Cup. This was the European Cup.
No, if we were to lose this game, everything we'd stood for, everything we'd done, everything we'd achieved would have been worth nothing this season.
Yeah.
And the Butler shouts would have been right, to be fair.
To come down from that would have been so hard.
Serious shit.
There's no come down from this though, buddy.
This is just... It's a real flip. This is just...
Emotion.
An explosion.
What happened to making that chat bigger?
I can't. I'm too drunk to figure it out. I'll try.
No, we couldn't have lost that game, but we didn't. And it was the first time in a long time where I expected us not to lose a game that we were expected to win. A big game. Because our mentality as a club has changed now. We are no longer plucky underdogs. We're a serious fucking football.
Elite.
I want to give a shout out as well, by the way, to a good pal of ours, at Mo Salah Facts. If you're on Twitter, you want a good Liverpool account, head over there at Mo Salah Facts. Give them a follow. Good friends of ours. We like to big people up. Of course, this man to our very left here, Dave's LFC Chats. You're on YouTube. You're watching us right now. Get your ass over there when this is finished and give him a follow as well. Leicester City FC boy, a good friend of ours. Expressions. Our thoughts are with Expressions right now. We love the guy. He's an absolute superstar. He's over there in Madrid now with the Spurs fans. We hope that all the Spurs fans enjoy the rest of the night as much as they can, that they get home safe, that everything is good. We wish them a safe travel home. But look,
good times for everyone.
Don't forget as well,
celebrations.
this is a charity stream made of Cystic Fibrosis Ireland. So if you want to donate, super chats, ad revenue, all the link in the description is direct to Sabrina's Everyday Hero page. Every single cent is going to Cystic Fibrosis. We've already raised, I don't know, a few £100 at this point already. So we want that to keep going. So super chats, if you want to give directly, in the link below. Connor, mate, how do we begin to sum up this? Because I think it's fair to say that was not a vintage Liverpool performance.
In all fairness, both teams were absolutely shite. Yeah. But who gives a fuck? We fucking won it.
That is where
Sums it up. Basically,
we won it. I think what I said, the experience, that was literally the difference. They didn't know what to do. We knew what to do together.
I'm robbing your phone. I'm going through the chat. I'm going to go through the chat and get your comments in, ladies and gentlemen. How long for Craig has streamed till midnight? I don't know how long we're streaming till, mate. Honestly, we've lost all sense of time. Woo! I have to give a Ric Flair. Somebody asked for Ric Flair. Woo! It's been a while. Right, well, we got congrats to John Cena. Alisson man of the match every day. Alisson said no, Steve-O. Alisson made a couple of very good saves there.
Can we have a shout out for that actually? Because we mentioned that a couple of minutes ago. Who was the man of the match? And I was saying well, there was no one that was really good, but there was no one that was really good. So who was man of the match for people? I can't pick
Who was the actual man of the match?
I can't pick one.
Anybody tell us in the chat who gave BT or whoever it was gave man of the match to, because we don't know.
Because they all were pretty, are you going to say Origi comes on and makes the fucking difference?
To be fair. Alisson did well.
But no one...
Boya, thank you very much, mate, for the super chat. Lots of love. Alisson, did he get man of the match?
Did he get
Alisson needs to go to Liverpool Hall of Fame. Alisson by a country mile. Enjoy the Europa League, Manchester United, said Billy Donnelly. And we echo those sentiments right now.
Absolutely.
Please do your best to enjoy your trip across the smaller cities of Europe next.
Look, guys, this is how we're feeling right now. We spoke about the nerves all week. We spoke about the build-up. We spoke about being on cloud nine. It was about delivering today, and those boys went out there and they delivered. Jurgen Klopp finally and he deserves it. Jurgen Klopp deserves to be in the banner on the Kop with Rafa, with Shanks, with Paisley. He deserves to be on there. He absolutely does.
Interesting stat. Silva scored in 5 of the last 6 finals.
Who?
Bale scored last year too.
Marcelo, Carrasco, Asensio, Bale and Origi.
I want to take a special moment as well to talk about Divock Origi. Dave, a man has had a massive impact on this campaign.
Have you seen him in the shower?
We have.
But Divock, listen, football always throws up the most unlikeliest heroes. It always does it, doesn't it? Through history, through the way the game is played, you know. There's always one guy that sticks out that maybe wasn't as involved.
The super sub.
The old famous super sub that Liverpool always used to have. I think it was Fairclough back in the favourite Fairclough. Yeah. Divock, big 65-inch TV screen. Divock Origi came on, but he looked hungry, Craig, when he came on, didn't he?
Yeah,
you even said it.
Shout out to Liam Kelly, by the way. He said 6 feckin' times get in. Thank you for the super chat, mate.
Yeah,
who else have we got here? Pranav, love you, buddy. He said thank you, LFC, for everything you've done for me in the past 12 years. Congratulations, Jurgen. Couldn't be prouder. And thank you guys for that super chat. As again, all that money's gone.
UEFA have chosen Van Dijk as man of the match.
Van Dijk man of the match?
That's a weird shout.
I wouldn't have thought so.
That's basically them saying, here, have the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
Have the Ballon d'Or there, Verge.
I would have given that.
That's their way of saying it. It was a poor game. Who's the most famous defender on the pitch?
Yeah.
Kind of, to be fair.
To be honest, I don't care.
That must be a lot of money, is it? Because I don't understand.
I don't think.
I don't know. What's that?
You can just tell by how far.
How long it's there.
Yeah.
It wasn't the best final, but I'm going to take it. I'll take it all night long.
Guys, we're 23 away from 16,350 as well. Please do keep hitting that button. What are you checking for?
Just check.
What is the denomination on that?
It doesn't tell you. I've no idea what currency it is.
Yeah, I think it's rupees, lads. You know
it's there a long time though. The super chats disappeared.
So 2,000 rupees is 25 euros.
There you go. Thank you so much, mate.
25
so
quid.
generous of you.
Thank you very much, Mr.
Thank you.
Thanks, Liam and Pranav, said Liz Golden as well. What have we got? Big Cock Divock. I actually get annoyed when people call him Big Cock Origi because his name is clearly Big Cock. It rhymes.
Yeah, I like it. I've seen him in the shower and he's quite big.
Yeah, it scans better the other way. It's still
Alisson man of the match and Andrew Robertson.
Yeah.
Oh, that stadium! It is an absolute piece of art, isn't it? The Wanda Metropolitano. It is beautiful.
I want to go there.
Yeah, we should do a field trip there next year.
Another super chat from.
Imagine what it's going to be like in Liverpool on Monday for the parade.
Let me just get that one. Thank you very much, mate. Really appreciate that. Lots of love to you as well. To everybody that's sending super chats in, you do know it's gone to a very good cause. Look. Let's have a quick look back over this Champions League campaign. I'll keep going back, Connor, to that Monday night when Company scored against Leicester and we were heartbroken. And people going to the Barcelona game the next day, I think the gut feeling was just win the game. See what happens. Go win the damn game and see what happens.
We were dead and buried, came back, won the fucking European trophy 6 times. 6 times. That's all there is to say.
Let's talk about 6, baby. Let's talk about Klopp and me. Let's talk about all the players, all the fans that may be. Let's talk about 6.
So a live edit button.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think so.
Yes.
Does it go for
Who's going to the parade? Who is in the UK or within driving distance of getting to
Imagine the
Liverpool?
pictures tomorrow. Yeah.
I know people. Do you remember those guys we spoke to? And the 2 Welsh gentlemen that we spoke to before the show on Monday said they booked into the Eat, Love, Sleep hostel for the Champions League parade. So those guys, I think it was Chris. Was it
Chris and another Friday then was.
We're thinking of you, mate, and I hope you have a great time if you're watching. I know you probably aren't. You're in a pub locked like everybody else. All the numbers and all the streams are so low tonight because everybody's rightly with their friends, with their families, celebrating. It's not about being on YouTube at this moment in time. This is just massive. Is he drunk? Everybody's drunk.
I'm there. I'm
not.
drunk.
I'm on the good stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Which he are you?
The black gold.
I'm getting the champagne, guys.
I'm on the tea.
Yeah.
I mean, sorry, we're having Dave LFC's chat here is taking a very necessary break to go to the refrigerator.
Somebody asked a very valid question. How many lines do they need to snort to get to Dave's energy levels?
6.
0.
He's 6 times. 6 times.
Oh, we are so. You've no idea the sweat that's after being produced in this room. There's 2 ring lights on us as well to make sure that we're nice and bright.
Don't care. Champagne, baby.
V8's drunk. I love it. Dave Sweeney in the house.
Dave Sweeney in someone else's house.
How dare you,
as
Mr.
usual.
Sweeney? How dare you, sir?
What did he say?
He said Dave's got similar to me. How dare you, sir? And I thought we were friends.
I'm good at carrying.
What else have we got? Dirty Girls going to the parade. Congratulations, Craig. 6th title goes to LFC and not Barca or buoyant. Damn right, Philippe. Love it, my friend. Love it. Champagne's on the go.
Let's go.
You didn't get a glass or anything though.
No, we're drinking out of the bottle.
No, apparently we're drinking a Dublin
Formula 1 style.
Kirby said, "Can you believe that we just won the Champions League? It is surreal. It is
Sorry,
surreal.
what are we, champions of Europe? Is that
What?
what it?
Apparently
For the 6th time.
Six times.
Six times.
Six.
How many did Man United get? Was it 3?
Three.
So that would make us
Double.
double.
Like 3 and 3.
Six.
Sucks to be that.
When is the parade? The parade will be tomorrow, Chris. The next day. Yeah,
Is it next
it's always the next day.
Yeah,
The
well-
lads will go out now and absolutely fucking hammer it tonight. They'll get lashed.
Champagne's open, guys.
They'll be back. They'll fly them back
means more.
tomorrow, straight to the city. I'll say straight from the airport, straight to the city for the parade. Do keep an eye on Liverpool's website. Keep an eye on Liverpool County Council's website as well. Big fat Mayor Joe Anderson will be killing himself. Well, not killing himself, sorry. Will be absolutely fuming him being a bit of blue. I did not mean to say killing himself. I do
Here we go.
apologise on that
Champagne
one.
about to be popped.
What else we got? Congratulations, at least you've got something to cheer about after 14 years.
This dude obviously just never opened the bottle.
Mate, we've had a lot to cheer about for a
I've done a
very,
few
very
years
long
now.
time. Hang on. Look at
This
this.
shit off first.
At least you've got something to cheer about after 14 years. Fuck off.
Go
mate, is my answer
Who's
to
that?
Some moany
Knob
fucker.
jockey.
Trying to, like, it's a backhanded compliment. Fuck him.
Yeah, we can fly to Liverpool for €488 each, lads. We do.
Celebrate this,
YouTube money.
baby.
I prefer the day
Yeah,
after.
Celebrate this. Celebrate this.
6th time Moreno lifting the trophy. I love the trophy. Daniels, did you see Klopp had a little word with Daniel Sturridge as well just before the trophy was presented?
Tell me when you want the sound effect.
Aim the fucking thing that
It's
way.
not going to go anywhere. Just tell me when you want the sound
It
effect.
won't
Go
go
on,
anywhere.
sound effect.
Oh, yeah. First up.
First hit, mate, you're drinking the whole bottle. Typical Liverpool play like shite and still win, said Boba Fett. Let's talk about 6, baby. Fan rant once. Let's talk about 6, baby.
Let's talk about 6, baby. Let's talk about Klopp and me.
Serious question, and I'm wondering this: how many children are going to be conceived tonight? And how many of them are going?
How
to
many
be
Divoks? Come on, you know it.
Oh, love it.
Little Divok.
Paul Wilson, thank you for the super chat. Come on, Red's going to be so hungover tomorrow. I don't know how I'm going to sleep. Thank God the Joshua fight's on tonight because I'm so full of adrenaline. I'm going to go over there and batter Ruiz myself.
Whoa!
Immense win. Time for
It's late,
back-to-back Champions League, said Red Hulk. You know you're going to get hungover tomorrow. You know what? It's worth it, isn't it? All them hangovers are worth it. The lads having an old tipple on strain.
Energy.
I'm
Craig
a
might
good
even have a glass of Chav mixed in with champagne, no? Champagne.
Nope.
Champagne. Champagne.
Champagne.
Bit of champagne.
Somebody has to take advantage of you lads when you're drunk.
You like something?
There was no way a penalty.
No, they
I'm glad
don't.
Liverpool won, but there's never a penalty. Look, mate, to be honest,
off for me.
it was
Sorry.
looked at by
Sorry.
VAR. Peter Walton.
Connor has some-
Away from this. 2-0 minus that goal is still 1. We still fucking won, you idiots.
History books say 6
Sorry.
European Cups.
Yeah.
Scoreline says 2-0.
That has to be more than
2-0.
25
Give a
quid.
bollocks.
That's
Who are these?
still going strong, like.
I don't even want to talk
What currency is
about
that? What currency is
I
that?
don't know.
What's
Trollody?
the What currency is that?
Just
That's
champagne.
not- It's still going, yeah.
Rupees, I think.
Anyway, we need content, ladies and gentlemen. The
Okay,
content-
guys, come on. Let's go.
Fuck you, DT says on.
Yay!
You Europa League losing motherfuckers. Welcome to Thursday night football. Where
Arsenal.
we belong.
Arsenal. Sorry if...
Dave, keep that.
Yeah. Exactly.
You
Wow.
crawl over broken glass to have Jurgen Klopp as your manager. Do you know what, guys? I'm fully expecting a transfer in the next couple of days as well.
Boom.
Fakir news.
Just
To put the icing on this very,
Fakir.
very sexy number 6 cake.
Fakir news. He's coming in.
like you said earlier on, right? Talking about fucking destination clubs, right? Liverpool finished behind Manchester City at the top of the Premier League. They finished as Champions League winners. Name another club in Europe that you're going to be fucking on at your agent to get you a job at.
Bring on. We've got
Name one.
We could be on a treble here, a bullshit treble before the season starts. We've got the Charity Shield and then we've got the Super Cup.
Super Cup is kind
Actually,
of...
sorry, the Super Cup is after the season.
You know there's no World Club Cup this season, don't you?
Yeah, 2021.
They don't,
or
yeah,
something
they don't.
like that.
It's,
No,
there's
we're-
I'm delighted with that.
Tall Man City fan.
Oh, we're back so
What's
much.
bigger, England or Europe?
We are
Shots
so
started
back
real quick. Arsenal fans, in my opinion, are arrogant. Do you agree? Don't care.
Why are we talking about
I don't
Arsenal?
need to be disrespectful to the person that put the
Shit,
comment
baby.
in, but it's not about Arsenal tonight.
Why we? No, it's about Liverpool.
And look, we
tonight.
do need to take a second, as we said earlier on, to congratulate Spurs on the run to the final. And Pochettino is a class.
No, that's not fucking. That's genuine.
That's
not
genuine.
genuine.
You look at what he's done with that club. They haven't got a sign.
He's a brilliant
I think he
manager.
must be the only Premier League
He's a
team.
brilliant
The
manager.
parallels between us and that team are ridiculous.
I said the
brilliant
Spurs.
He's a brilliant manager.
I know we spent a bit more, but it's pretty much the
He
same.
is-
I think.
If
He's
he,
top
went, if he went to United, I would have been worried.
Yeah.
Other than
Yeah.
Ole
I
had
wonder
to-
what will
Ole-
happen
Ole-
now, though.
I don't want him going to United.
No, I don't know why.
I'd love
I'd
to
say
go
he'd be class
to
there.
Juve. It'd be grand, just piss
Go
off.
away, yeah, go somewhere else.
He's
class
good.
United.
He's
He's
good.
too good.
He's a very good
He's
manager.
I can't believe it, lads, said King of Kings. From Paris down to Turkey, said Liverpool for life. Pochettino's a great manager, said Liz
Yes.
Golden. Right, any questions, guys? Get your questions in,
Get the
because we're
questions in,
absolutely
guys.
stuck on things to talk about.
I might
'cause
even
we're
put the
just so
Salah
happy.
mask on if I can get a few quid off his. Anything's possible.
What have we got? What's the
£10
options?
mask on.
Right,
€10 donation gets you a Klopp mask.
€20
Oh,
donation
no,
gets
this
me
way,
wearing a Harry Kane mask.
Yeah,
And a €30 donation gets everyone naked.
Salah.
Let's do it. Let's do this shit.
Definite tops off anyway.
One singular €50 donation.
A grand and I'm sure
Everyone's
my head.
naked.
That was the thing.
This is happening. €300 for it not to happen.
Loads of people
You just
talking
said
about the penalty incident. Look, I have to be honest here. I said all week I don't want anything to be decided because of a contentious decision.
Luckily it
But
wasn't.
You did.
Taking
And you
that
did
in-
say that.
2-0.
Taking that into account, I also did say we'd win by 2 clear goals.
You said that
Taking
from
that
day
into
one.
account, that Sissoko was pointing to tell somebody. My belief, Sissoko was pointing to tell somebody to get back into position.
Oh,
the
you
ball
were-
hit his body and then hit his arm. And Peter Walton, I believe, said it was a penalty. The whole thing about penalties, there's no such thing about your arm being in an unnatural position. That's not written into the rules as far as I'm aware.
No, it isn't.
But there is talk of making your silhouette bigger. I believe that's the phrase that UEFA use. If you intentionally make your silhouette bigger to block the ball, it's a penalty. And he did. It hit his body and then it hit his arm. It was a penalty. I'm sorry if people feel upset about that. I understand where you're coming from. But at the same time, the consensus here seems to be that it was a penalty. And after that, Jimmy Milner came close. Divock Origi with a beautiful goal. And it was only in the last 5 to 10 minutes that Spurs actually really started to get some shots on target.
Realised that they were on the cusp of losing it.
And they 5 forwards on or something. 5 attackers at one point.
They just slowly took off their midfield. They took away and just put on attacker after attacker.
Oh, Dave,
after
get your
attacker.
mask out. Willow just took a tenner in the
Oh,
chat.
there you go.
There's
Yeah,
the
hold up, baby.
Salah mask coming out thanks to
And
Willow.
the week.
Throw the big over. Yeah.
No one said anything about a wig now. That should
he's
cost
wearing a wig.
more.
Oh, it's got full on wig and all.
Sorry, lads. How many times have we won it?
I think it's
I think it might be
times.
6.
Oh, I love it. Right, what else have we got? Where's your tits, Craig? They stayed in. I actually had to swap t-shirts.
Right.
The lucky
Exactly.
shirt's retired now, ladies and gentlemen.
This is going to be Michael Jackson all over the place.
This is going to be a little bit different from the usual Anfield agenda stuff you're used to. So strap yourselves in, folks.
Don't strap in too
Strap yourselves in. Johnny Gooch, country steamer.
This is one stream I'm never
Strap
watching back.
yourselves in.
Here he comes.
Right?
I don't know what's happening here, but it's
Mo, congratulations on winning the Champions League. You got an early goal. How are you feeling when you took the penalty? Any nerves?
I'm very happy. Happy for Liverpool and Egypt.
Love the racism.
I love what you've done for this club, Mo.
Everybody in the chat know that Willow is responsible
This
for this.
is a joke, by the way.
Mo Salah.
20 quid gets me a Harry Kane mask for charity.
Referring to himself in the third person.
Get a Klopp interview for 20.
Yeah, what else have we got? For fuck's sake, stop talking about the penalty. Don't even talk about wrong. No, you're right. Who cares about the penalty? I was just trying to be a fair sport. Do you know what I mean?
Who cares about the penalty? What about
Somebody
this?
says that's terrifying.
How is anyone talking about anything other than this right now? Like,
Wait and he goes out and I'm dropping him home later and he's hanging out.
what is there other chat? What else do you care about?
Love it, Dave, said Mark.
I'm
Sorry.
going to put a Harry Kane mask on and
No,
say,
no.
very sorry.
20 quid for Harry Kane.
Oh, Harry Kane.
There,
Oh, we have a follow-up interview with Harry Kane.
Oh, Connor's gone full.
Connor,
Mohamed
with
Salah.
the wig on.
I need to get that wig on as well.
Mo Salah. Mo Salah.
Take care of your love.
No, we want Ginger Mo Salah. Take the wig off. I want Ginger Mo
Danny
Salah.
Sturridge over here. Oh my God! This is definitely the one that a certain group of people are going to be playing back.
Fuck you, you cunt.
The team store. Oh God! We need to announce the winner of the competition.
What do we have?
Oh yeah.
I have it. I have it here on my phone.
Congratulations.
Thanks, Mo.
Can you read out some comments? I have the winner of the jersey here on the competition. I forgot it.
Alpha G, inject this stream into my veins. Yes, man, that's what we
Where's it
fucking
gone?
want.
Fucking
Yes, £10 from some prick. I mean,
Willow.
sorry.
Willow, how dare you? I love Willow.
We love Willow. Willow's sound.
I swear in a good way.
I'm trying to
Billy
find out where
Donnelly, Mbappe to be announced in 24 hours. What do you say, lads?
Mbappe now.
Yeah, I imagine.
Where's this competition winner gone?
He's
Congrats,
going to
Spurs.
Newcastle.
Like, go campaign. Yeah, fair play to him. Like
I'm trying to find the competition.
Bernadette Farrell. Haha, Connor looks like Mo. I really don't.
That's because he was wearing a Mo Salah mask
Looks like
and
an
a
orange
wig.
Mo, an orange Mo.
That was kind of why that happened.
LCFC boy, and nice to see Connor so sober. I'm perfectly fine now. I'm
You're-
grand.
yeah.
I'm perfect.
Connor is using English words in the proper order, and he's not mispronouncing any of them.
Boy, you know I
at all.
love you, lads. You're fucking class.
Craig is losing his shit because his stream has been destroyed by drunk people, and Dave is wearing wigs and paper
I'm
masks.
trying to find the name of the
So,
competition winner.
Don't worry,
Paul
it's
Wilson.
There he is. Sorry.
It was like Paul
Okay,
Wilson,
no,
£5. Ale. Fair play, Paul.
Thank you, Paul.
30.
Right, the competition winner, the winner of their choice of either the new home shirt or the goalkeeper shirt with their choice of either a name, a number, or a badge. Congratulations to Declan Rogers. Let me just get his Twitter handle up at LFC Reckland Dodgers.
Reckland!
And he has sent a screenshot to prove as well that he is
Not
subscribed to
Declan
the
Rice.
channel.
Fair play.
So congratulations, mate. We'll be in touch wherever you are. I hope you're having a good time. And don't worry, we're going to run more competitions. That's what we do on this channel. We're going to be giving away more stuff as well.
Our boy fucking Rod, $15 Australian.
Thank you very much, Rod. Again, all gone to a very good
Christine
cause.
Nolan, €5. Dave Sweeney's in the house and his clothes on now, and Craig not in our house. He said,
Look, not my
Somebody
super
has their
chats.
clothes on. It's a good
Not
thing.
my super
Super
chats.
chats flying in there, ladies
Let's
and
get
gentlemen.
the
You're
masks.
wonderful people.
What else have you got?
I don't know. We've lost the track
I've
of
got.
everything.
We do a
What
club.
else you
We
got?
do a
I
club.
think
mask.
we've earned.
An interview with club.
I think we need a.
We do a club.
Well, none of your.
Do you have a club wig?
I have a good club.
You have a club.
Why is that so funny?
You can book. You can book.
It's a genuine question. You have a
Oh,
Oh, lads.
coming in.
Okay. Sorry. We appear to have all of a sudden we have someone here for.
Jurgen, congratulations.
Thank you.
You didn't bottle a final, mate. How does it feel?
Connor, take the bottle of champagne, please.
It feels fantastic. Number 6 coming
It's a
home.
lot like Mo Salah, doesn't it?
It does. It's very strange, actually. Very strange.
I'm sorry, lads. I've been on the beer.
This is
This is
always
Jurgen
Mo
Klopp. In
Salah.
case you're wondering. In case you're wondering,
fucking hell, lads.
Jurgen Klopp.
And people wonder why we're not behind a paywall.
So, what's on the
Have fun.
agenda
I
for
need more
next year,
comments.
Jurgen?
Just so people know, by the way, we are going to be carrying on content right through the summer. The channel is going to close down.
And it won't be as bad as this.
Give the wig to Craig, somebody said. How do I put a wig on?
Where's the wig?
You put a wig on your
Here
head.
we go.
I
Here we go.
Don't ever say you don't get what you pay for.
I feel like Carlos Puyol.
Sideshow Bob.
Come on, you gotta give it a whole lot. If you're doing it, you gotta do
Sideshow Bob.
it. Come on. Persistic fibrosis.
I'm being Carlos Puyol. What more do you want?
Carlos,
I'm
we
fucking
are.
worth it.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Craig Fellaini.
Yes.
Love it, Roberto.
Fellaini.
Share. Someone got me share. Far on, love you, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the greatest moment. of
This is
Anfield.
80s share.
He's a kid.
This is 80s share. Yeah. 1989 share on an aircraft carrier in New York, singing "If I Could
But
Turn Back Time."
more like the
Right
Meg
there.
version of
Yeah.
Family Guy.
Tie-high white boots and that hair.
David
either Brian-
Ginola can kiss my ass.
Brian May can go fuck himself.
Brian May, somebody just called me Brian May in the chat, love it.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Imagine
guys.
tuning in now for the first
is
time.
Brian
Call
May,
me Brian May, the
the
guitar player from Queen. And who Craig Martin? I actually feel like I like this.
I mean, you need to take it off or either leave it on. There's going to be a cut-off point where you either take that off or leave it on for the rest of your life because it really suits you.
Origi.
It suits you, so you either take it off or you leave it on.
I'm leaving it on, definitely.
I can't believe this is live on YouTube, but anyway,
This is what you do on a charity stream. Do you know what I mean? You won the fucking European Cup.
Craig looks like a retired rock star.
At least he said retired. That could have gone another way, that word.
Yeah.
Shake those curls.
Oh, give me that fucking shot.
Imagine tuning in now expecting some serious post-match.
Anyway, so that penalty decision. Hey guys.
That's still going, like, it's not even halfway done.
What course is
Killing me. Have we just bought a house or something?
Killing me.
A very small house in the state of Punjab.
It's not even halfway down yet. Like, what currency is that?
I don't know.
Someone tell us what that currency
It's
is.
rupees.
Like.
Martian.
It's not.
rupees.
That would have been 20. That would have been gone long ago.
Mo Salah without the beard, I definitely can't grow a beard.
But it's 2000 fucking. Oh, that's a different one again. No, it's not. The guys are saying that on. Those are rupees.
Okay, guys, do you want to get to a serious finish to
Yes,
this?
let's have a serious conversation.
Serious
Still needs to be gone though.
Serious
Dave, LFC chats, just interject and ask for a serious.
Dave is the most serious here. What the fuck?
Dude, we're giving. Sorry. Yeah, I think we should all resign here then.
I feel like I need a
If
Kermit the Frog moment here. Without dribbling on myself.
Actually, suit.
I mean,
I need glasses or something.
if this is where we've ended up.
It's like an 80s rock band.
This is what winning 6 European Cups does to you, baby. That's what happens.
Like, message from Dave Henry in Madrid.
It's not unbelievable. We were the greatest team in Europe. We're talking here with Reds. Come in, Reds. Chin, chin. Come on, Reds.
I'm not crying.
Greatest team in Europe.
Yeah, Dave, you're crying. I'm not crying.
Oh, Dave's crying.
My phone's lighting up here like a Christmas tree.
guys.
It's obviously L'Oreal just trying to get me in next season. My God, there's too many fucking messages on my phone. Look, let's get
Chat,
serious.
people. Chat.
As you
People
said,
in the chat.
Let's get serious. Let's talk about this. I don't know what to say.
I'm not getting serious.
I need
No, but Greg, I think the biggest thing today was the big.
You asking me to get serious?
This fucker, look. No, the biggest thing. The biggest thing was, I thought this was huge. This is a fucking joke.
I feel like Howard Stern or something.
That's exactly who you look like.
On a serious point.
Howard Stern.
Craig goes Valderrama. It's just a
Oh, Thierry.
Thierry unreal.
Thierry, this is.
So,
What does this mean though for the club overall? I mean, this has been a
Huge.
project that's been
Huge.
built. You spoke about, actually, it's only right to take a minute to talk about FSG, you bastard. To talk about FSG.
Look at you.
I feel naked. No, you said earlier on that we need to give some credit to the owners here because this has been a slow burning process. I think they didn't really fully trust Brendan Rodgers. We know they didn't trust Roy Hodgson because, let's be fair, the man is an emu. But they backed Jurgen Klopp since he came in. They know that Jurgen Klopp is the man that's going to build the club up, that's going to attract the players in. That at the time we'd no right to be attracting these style of players, like. But Jurgen Klopp and his persona were bringing people in, and he was selling the project.
Look at where we've come. FSG. I'll tell you what. FSG deserve.
Poor man's crazy.
FSG deserve a big. I think round of applause.
I think
the owners, club owners.
I think Slash from
Absolutely.
Guns N' Roses
I think
agrees.
I think this is the video we
Wholeheartedly.
should send to YouTube when we ask to be verified.
Yeah. This is what you're taking down when you're taking out live watch-alongs.
Listen,
This is what you're
we've
getting
just won number 6, guys. Yeah, this is what happens. Crazy things happen. I don't care.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
crazy.
What was the question? What
Get
was
that
the
chat.
question?
I want to know
What was
where
the
everybody's watching. Who are you with right now? Where in the world are you? And who are you celebrating?
can we see
with?
the chat?
Anyway, back to the owners. Let's
See if we
seriously.
can get the chat.
Let's talk about the owners.
Right.
They
Let's-
came in and they made some mistakes. They definitely made some mistakes, but they always
They
said they were here
learn
to
from the
win trophies.
mistakes.
were
They
here to win
learn from the
trophies.
mistakes.
That must be
That's
more
the most
than
important part, Craig. I think.
Yeah, they definitely
They
did.
learned from the
when-
mistakes.
When they came in, they said, oh, is this what we do? Is this what we do? But it wasn't like...
October just said, "What's on Connor's head?" You missed it. I was wearing it a minute ago. October. Do you know what I mean?
It's Gizmo.
It's Gizmo.
Gizmo. It's Gizmo.
It's his dog.
It's actually a Michael
That's
Jackson
Gizmo.
wig. Originally, it's a Michael Jackson wig originally. I thought that it was Salah wig.
I bet I'd say October has. I'm just throwing this out there. Looking at Connor, October probably has Ladywood. I'm just throwing this out there. Who wouldn't? I mean, do you know what I mean? I'm almost feeling his leg here. He's looking delicious. And
looking
that. Look at
and looking pangs. That's what's
that.
worth.
He looks like a poodle.
I don't...
Looking fucking pangs.
Full on league, Alex.
Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about Klopp and me.
Can we get back to talking about
Okay, come on, get serious.
So anyway, we
Let's
bring
get serious.
this back to Fenway
Sideshow
Sports
Bob.
Group.
FSG,
Okay.
bitches.
Serious.
FSG.
Okay, let's go.
Right, let's talk about
Let's
the owners.
talk about FSG.
Stop.
Let's talk about the owners.
Okay, let's
Fucking
go.
brilliant.
John W. Henry was there beside Daniel Levy, and Linda Pulis was there as well. Just before, was he there?
Yeah.
Tom Werner was there
Yeah.
as
He said
well.
the
Yeah.
day we're going to spend as well, which is good.
Yeah, and he's always said there's money there for Jurgen Klopp. They've always said they want to come here and deliver. They've been close. They were close with the Europa. They were close with was it League Cup final we lost as well?
Oh, we've lost all kinds of
They was close with the Champions League last year, but this year they came back, and we said that experience from last year would make a difference, Dave. We didn't play well, but it was about managing the game, and we did limit Spurs during the game.
It was a lot of it was game management, as you
Not
said
that
earlier
we
on.
ended up away from the owners.
No, but as you said earlier on, it was game management. To me, I think it was destiny more than anything.
I'll take it.
You know, I think it was actually destiny. I don't care what happened on the pitch, what was happening before. I think it was written in the stars. I said it earlier on in a tweet. Whatever's going to happen tonight in a balmy, like Saturday night in June, history's got to be made. And I don't know what it is. It's just I always thought it was going to be Liverpool.
No,
I
it
just
was our history. It was
Yeah,
our
our history's going to be made, and it happened. We didn't play well. We actually didn't play well.
Neither. No.
We played better in finals and lost. We played better in
Who's
finals and lost. And tonight, number
Where's he
6
getting that from?
came home. I'm happy.
Sounds home.
You happy?
That's Douglas James Horn, is it?
Yeah.
Lovely
Horn,
picture,
Horn.
Douglas James
Who's it?
Horn
Probably
himself
can't see
with
that.
a European Cup
Douglas
there.
with a picture.
Oh, I wonder is he at Anfield at the Cop thing? Do you know the way?
No, it's all home.
Champagne,
He's at
baby.
home. Anyway, getting back to the
It's very
owners.
nice, wake up picture.
Let's get this off. Get serious here for a second. Try and get 5 minutes of content out of this, for God's sake.
Right, let's
Sorry.
have a little,
Right, very serious.
chat. Let's go.
Serious.
About the owners, when they came in, I don't think, as I said, I don't think they trusted Brendan Rodgers. They started back in Jurgen Klopp. Jurgen Klopp came in and he went top heavy at first. He started sorting out the attack. I think he actually worked from front to back.
Yeah.
If memory serves me correct, the players that he was bringing in. But our style of football this season was tweaked. I think that's fair to say. But the owners have backed him. They've backed him to the tune of 75 million for a goalkeeper. They've backed him, or no,
75 for Van
for
Dijk.
Van Dijk.
Yeah.
What was it for the keeper?
63 or something.
Yeah.
The price,
65,
just,
I think.
this is a bit of a bugbear for mine. The price for Alisson was £57 million.
Can I say the price?
Plus
Who
add-ons.
cares?
Plus
That's
add-ons.
Yeah, exactly. 4 if we win the Premier League, plus 4 if we win the Champions League.
Which we just
That brought it up to 65. Everyone says he was 65 million. He was 57 million plus 4 if we win
Which
the
was
Premier
a
League.
fucking steal.
So now he's
We'll
gone
see.
up to 61, right?
Steal.
Exactly. And it's the kind of thing. Oh no, if our Premier League goalkeeper wins us the Premier League and we owe another 8 million. Fuck it. Like, I can't remember exactly what the question you just asked me was.
about the owners and backing the
Right.
manager, and then
Yeah.
we had Naby Keita come in for 50-something million, depending on add-ons as well.
who
And but
gives a
most
shit?
importantly,
Yeah, like.
last season it was a really pivotal moment. I lost my mind when Felipe Coutinho was sold. I absolutely couldn't believe
wasn't happy.
that we hadn't got a backup in. But Jurgen Klopp believed that it would bring more from the other players.
I was
They would
dancing in
raise
the
and I
streets.
tell you what, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain last season, and I
Yeah.
know he hasn't been involved in this.
Did he sign January,
stepped up. He stepped up to really deliver. I can't remember when he
I
signed.
think it was him and Van Dijk.
No,
signed
he
that
was
January,
signed. No,
No.
he
Or
was
did-
signed. Do you remember? He was signed
I
early.
said it was like last day of
because
the
he
summer,
played
wasn't
for
it?
Arsenal against us.
He did, yeah, you're right.
And
sorry.
then
He came in.
He a week later we'd
Yeah,
signed him.
yeah.
So-
we beat Arsenal. It was a 3-1 or something.
Yeah,
like
'cause
that.
his first,
He played
his
for
first
them.
infield was like, oh, we
And
brought
then
us
the
up
next
after beating
game he
Arsenal.
signed for us.
One thing the owners have done, I think, absolutely magnificently, and no fault with from day one, has been the way they've built up the commercial arm of the company.
Oh, it's fantastic. These guys have shown that all you have to do is hire the best people. These guys, honestly, look, it's luck. We are so lucky right now.
Yeah.
100
Billy
people.
Hogan, Michael Edwards.
100 people could have bought Liverpool.
My mate, Mike.
100 people could have been managers of Liverpool.
Yeah.
We have got the perfect synthesis of owners, directors, staff, employees. We are in the sweet spot.
We have- do
right
you know what
now.
we have as well?
There's
We have a
nothing
fantastic-
wrong with Liverpool right
No,
now.
we
But
know
would
that.
you agree? There is nothing wrong
I never
with
said it was
Liverpool
that, no.
right now.
We're 1 point away from doing the double.
Over the years, it's got, well, look, we're nearly there, but this isn't right, and this isn't right. And right now, everything at Liverpool, the fans are in tune.
Yeah.
The manager is in tune.
And look,
The
we're
owners.
looking at next season. We've one more year left with New Balance guaranteed. Then we're looking at potentially definitely a British record
Because of
deal.
Europe.
Then we're looking at the amount of commercial. Like we have a coconut water partner for God's sake. Do you know what I mean? Liverpool have an official coconut water partner. And you want to you gave a shout out to Ian Eyre the other day for some of the good work that he did. Well, I'm sure that was you and Connor's house in the podcast we recorded.
I thought I heard someone mention Ian Eyre, all right?
99% say.
No, that was Dave Copway. When you were chatting to him during the week.
All right. Well, anyway, a shout out to Ian Eyre because look, he wasn't fit to be the man, the head honcho at the club. Because he was promoted because he just kept doing such a good job, and he kept bringing in more revenue, and he kept bringing in more sponsors, and he loved his Harley. You have to say he loved his Harley.
Yeah.
But now for the owners, it's time to push on again. You cannot stand still.
Standing still in football is going backwards.
We need the most important thing here is they spoke a couple of weeks ago about looking into the Annie Road end. They spoke about the feasibility study that they've done. They've spoken about the fact that there's outline planning permission there till September. They need to go ahead, Dave, and build. They need to bring it from 50
while
to
the iron
60.
is hot.
Yeah.
I mean, the iron is hot right now as of what happened tonight. I'm even on about sponsorships and money. We're European champions right now. We are hot. We are
to sign a world record deal with.
Well, that record deal has just gone to be a real
in a great time to win a European
That's
club.
what I'm saying. I said it earlier. I didn't think I did my own.
But just to bring it around to the Annie Road end as well.
Well, you mean like and Kirby as well? We have the new.
Well, they're building that,
training
and it
ground.
is. I think from what I can gather from speaking to
Next year.
a few people who have been involved in major projects like this, when you're in a business like Liverpool, you don't take on two major capital projects at once.
No, you don't. Of course, that's you're 100% right. Where they talk about capital projects, that is literally the money that the club has being used to do something. So these guys when
they've dropped 50 million on Kirby.
When they're managing from afar and all that, this isn't some guy that goes, here's the checkbook of the UAE or what. Yeah, we need to go. Well, we can either do this or we do this. Now, Anfield doesn't need to be any bigger than it is right now, immediately, because an extra 10,000 people in Anfield will not make any difference whatsoever to the kind of commercial revenues. That
You could probably bring in the commercial revenues.
The reason they should do it, as you said, it isn't really from a commercial reason. It's for fans.
Yeah, but they should do it as soon as they can. But they should never, if they're going to be proper owners, they should never build 10,000 extra seats on the stand just to placate fans and make them feel happy, if that's actually to the detriment of the club. If that costs £100 million to put 10,000 extra seats,
if memory serves, and I could be wrong here, 65 million is in my head as the development works to do the Annie Road.
Well, I always come back to this. Juventus built a brand new purple stadium about 3 years ago. They left the Stadio degli Alpi and they now play at the Stadio.
The Allianz. It's the Allianz.
It's something like that, and it's Degli Alpi was 100,000, and this place is like 50,000. They purposely built a much smaller stadium because they could never get close to filling Degli Alpi. They brought a stadium that they would fill every single week.
Crowds are pouring in.
Yeah, it doesn't matter about having the biggest stadium. But
for us, when the decision was made not to redevelop or not to move to Stanley Park or wherever it was, the decision was made, and rightly so, like they did with Fenway Park, the decision was made to stay at Anfield. They've built a magnificent, and I have to say, it is a work of art.
I was so happy that we stayed at Anfield. I didn't care.
While you're at Anfield,
to stay at Anfield,
when you've already got the outline planning permission in place, it seems to me like. And I don't care if they sell the naming rights, by the way, because it's always going to be known as Anfield anyway.
Who's going to call it whatever someone calls it?
I was in Liverpool, did the stadium tour when I was over with you guys about 3 weeks ago. I fell in love with the city. I fell in love with the stadium, and her name was Anfield. She was beautiful, baby.
Well, getting rid of this.
Let's go.
Right, look, seriously.
Okay, let's go.
They said that one of the major stumbling blocks to building the Annie Road end for them as a business was that they couldn't claim back. It would take longer than 15 years or something. I think could be wrong on this, but there's no commercial seats basically in there. There's no.
They're built for pure fans.
Yeah, it would be built for season tickets, and look, I'm sure they'd try and find some way of adding in some extra commercial value in there, but. They also spoke about a sweet spot. I remember hearing the phrase about a sweet spot between demand and supply.
And that's the Juve thing. There was a sweet spot. They realised that if they built a smaller stadium it would always be full. Whereas if they had an enormous stadium, it might be full. Sometimes it might not be so. But if you just build it just right under that sweet spot, it will always be full every single week.
I know people
regardless.
back in 2005 who paid on the gate for a Champions League quarter-final.
Where, in Anfield?
Yeah. Back in those days. Like.
Yeah, well,
and again, going back, I know I've talked about this a lot, but you go back to the time where we won in Istanbul and the club shop was closed. The next day. And the reason it was closed, by the way, I want to clear this up for some people who don't know, is because the club brought everybody over to Istanbul. They thought that they deserved, it was a special occasion.
Yeah.
And their heart was in the right place, but they hadn't got that commercial steel.
Yeah, it was savvy. It was,
They hadn't got the web presence that we have now either.
We moved up a level.
I think our website was leased out at that time as well to another
I think
company.
that FSG have done nothing since they started but hire the very best people
In their position.
every
In the position.
single position. From
I
the
can only think
social
of
media accounts.
one mistake. They got, was it Jen Chang? That was the only mistake I can think
Yeah,
of
he
that
fucked
they
up.
made.
And they brought in Hodgson, Jen
the
Chan,
man
the guy
Jen
that
Chan.
got suckered into
Jen Chan.
Duncan Edwards. Oh, that's a classic.
Have I gone completely?
Yeah, you just...
This is you. This
This
is
is a whole other
no,
YouTube
that's
podcast.
internet 10 years ago. It's
Okay.
a great story. It's a
I
great
think I
story.
remember 10 years ago, but I remember yesterday.
Duncan
getting
Edwards.
sucked into
yeah.
arguments and stuff like, and you got basically
He got tricked by
something that could have absolutely happened to me. It's the type of thing I would have done. And just he kind of lost his regular. But look, anyway, they opened up a London office, and that was very, very key, because I know people don't want to hear this, but the highest CEOs, the highest press officers, the really creme de la creme, they don't want to move their families to Liverpool.
Of course they don't.
They want to be around the city, and they want to be in London, and it was very clever by the club to open up a London office down there. Which is where a lot of the business is done. It's where the financial district is. It's where it's easier to make deals. It's a common sense move to have that presence.
These people don't want to even live.
I love it. WFM, baby. All the way.
Told me earlier that bollocks what it meant.
We're fucking massive. That's what it means.
Yeah.
WFM, we're fucking mahoosive.
Fucking Divock
Ladies
is
and
music.
gents. Right, look, where are we at? I can't believe we've got fuck all subscribers.
A lot of
tonight.
people saying I was asleep. I wasn't asleep.
I say most people are.
I was definitely
wrecked.
asleep. Definitely asleep.
I say most
Look,
people are.
shall we
absolutely
call that a
wrecked.
wrap, ladies
Yeah.
and gentlemen?
And we watch
Are we
reruns,
doing?
picking up.
We're going to
results.
go and enjoy the rest of this.
Yes.
6 times, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much to everybody that donated. There's still time. If you're watching this back later on, look in the stream links. There's a direct donation link there to Sabrina's Everyday Hero page. Thank you so much to everybody. We're going to go enjoy the rest of the night and celebrate the fact that Liverpool have won not just 1, not just 2, not 3, not 4.
I've run out of hands,
5,
baby.
6 European Cups, and Jordan Henderson and Jurgen Klopp delivered. We'll be back tomorrow. I'll be back with the late night agenda as always. Until then, take care of your families, tell your loved ones that you love them, and up the motherfucking Champions League winning.
Yes. Get in there.